Now, let us look into question number 20. In the reactions, there is a reaction given to us. A combines, so rather A reacts with ammonia to form B. B is heated in presence of P2O5 and we obtain a product C. C upon reduction is giving us this product C6H5CH2NH2. So let us see how the reaction can be done and what's the full question. Let us look into that. So reaction is that in the reaction A and C are respectively. So we are supposed to find out what is A and what is C. So we find that the final product is C6H5CH2NH2. So that is phenyl methenamine. That will be the product that we will be getting. So therefore let us see what will be the reactants for that to arrive at that particular amine, the primary amine as our product. So now A and C. Let us first complete the equation as per the given conditions. And options are, is it option A, benzoic acid and benzamide, A and C. A is benzoic acid, C is benzamide. Then option B, that is A is phenyl cyanide, B is ammonium benzoate. Then option C, A is benzoic acid, C is aniline. Then option D, A is aniline and C is benzoic acid. Now here our focus point is NH3. So therefore NH3 is adding to some constituent. To which constituents can ammonia be added? That's the point to be thought about. Thinking like. Then we get a B, that will be an addition product. This upon treatment with P2O5. Treatment here involves the process of heating. P2O5 is phosphorus pentoxide. As you know, it is a very good dehydrating agent. So that means in the option B, we should be getting some constituent from which we will be able to remove a molecule of water, that is H2O. Then you get C. C upon getting should be in a position to undergo reduction. That means it should add hydrogen to it. Once you add hydrogen to it, it will form a compound like this. So that means by the time we get C, it should be having this carbon and nitrogen in it. Only hydrogen gets added to those constituents. So let us write the reaction. Now the reaction, now let's look into the option again. Which can definitely add ammonia to it, from which it can eliminate a molecule of water. If you have learned the concept of carboxylic acid thoroughly, you will come to know that benzoic acid can react with ammonia and upon heating can also eliminate a molecule of water. So upon dehydrating, we can eliminate a molecule of water. So let us see. So we have two options now to be considered. Is it benzoic acid and benzamide or is it benzoic acid and phenyl aniline? Because these two constituents, A, phenyl cyanide or aniline, they will not add with ammonia. So that's the clue for us. So these two are to be omitted. 50-50% now, the A and C. Let's look into that by completing the equation. So what's the formula of benzoic acid? C6H5COOH. That's the benzoic acid because in the product that we are getting, there is a carbon in the side chain. That is also clue for you. So if it is containing a carbon in the side chain, in the entire process, we have not carried out any reaction for ascent of series. So therefore definitely we cannot think about this aniline as an option. Phenyl cyanide can be thought about because it's having a carbon in the side chain, but then it cannot add with ammonia, so therefore this can also not be the answer for A. Let us see between these two. Benzoic acid is treated with ammonia. This is our first step. Now what happens? NH3 combines with this H, forming C6H5CO. This much remains as it is, NH4. I will split and write NH4 as H2NH2, so that it will enable us to remove the water in the next step, because we are treating this with a dehydrating agent. Phosphorus pentoxide is a dehydrating agent. So upon treatment with phosphorus pentoxide, elimination of molecule of water takes place like this. So H2O goes out. Then what's that? We are left with C6H5CONH2. So this is C. C is subjected to the process of reduction. So this is subjected to the process of reduction. Now what will happen? 2 hydrogen will take this place, and then 2 more hydrogen will react with this oxygen and comes out as water. So 4 nascent hydrogen to be carried out in presence of a suitable reducing agent. Sodium in alcohol or tin with HCl, any of them. So C6H5C and then hydrogen from here. 2 of them will add, because the CO would be linked like this. C double bond O. So these bond cleaves. So in that place 2 hydrogen takes a linkage, then NH2 as it is. So along with this, what we are going to get? 2 more hydrogen combines with coming out oxygen, forming water. So anyhow, this is not a major product. This is the major product of our concern. So we landed up in the formation of the product with, as given here, C6H5CH2NH2. How this we would be getting? Say how to name this. For the sake of naming it, I am using this example. Methenamine. From methenamine, what has happened? It has lost 1 hydrogen. So therefore it has become CH2NH2. In the place of that, there is a linkage with C6H5. The carbon is linked. Let me write the complete structure of carbon there. 1 hydrogen here, 1 hydrogen there, and to the other side it is linked with nitrogen, and one more side it is linked with the benzene ring, that is C6H5. Therefore, we can call this as the side chain. So phenyl methenamine, you can call this as phenyl methenamine as our compound. Now what are A, B and C? So this is our A and this is our B, this is our C, this is the last product, let me call this as D. So now what are all the focus points? A, what is A? This is benzoic acid. Benzoic acid. Then what is B? This entire component, ammonium benzoate. Ammonium benzoate. That is our B. What's the formula for ammonium benzoate? C6H5COO NH4. NH4 has split and written as H2NH2. Then what is our C? What's the name of the product C? This is benzamide. Benzamide. So what are our correct answers? A is benzoic acid, C is benzamide. So which is the correct option? I think option A. Option A. Benzoic acid and benzamide. So what is the answer? Answer is option A for this particular given equation, where A is benzoic acid, C is benzamide. So you will be getting such type of questions wherein they will ask you to identify the unknown constituents, but they will giving you the reaction conditions. So you need to practice all the important reactions in particular thoroughly, so that the moment you look at them, you will be able to identify the reaction. The more reactions that you practice, just by the look of the reactants itself, or the conditions itself, or the product itself, you will be able to identify the entire reaction, name it correctly, and write the products also perfectly. So practice more number of questions upon this concept, so that the concepts becomes easy to you, and it will enable you to consume very less time to answer the questions.